to congregation. I joined the SOC in acknowledging the presence of all of you who are here today. I think it would be amiss for me not to specifically mention our provincial leaders and LLG presidents who are here today, represented by the Honourable Governor, Jacinda Mutuel, Honourable Francis Dalia Maneke, member for Kalasia. I think we have a member who is listed here but may not be here. Hopefully we can have a few more additions to those names and in the sense of a new electoral boundaries. I'm not here to campaign for that, but acknowledge the fact that today one of the few occasions where the three arms of government worshiping together or gathered together in the same occasion as today. The two members represented the Parliament. I am representing the judiciary with my brother Justice Nwako and fellow magistrate. And I think we do not have any minister from here, but the public servants are members of the NEC. So it's one occasion where the three arms of government are gathered together and more profoundly by the two members and the judges on this occasion. Thank you. There may be another occasion for all the three arms of government that will be together in the same place, same location, and that may be happening around August, September, when the new parliament is sworn in or open. So I think this is just a prelude. Thank you for your presence. We're privileged that out from your busy times you are able to attend. Senior public servants and public servants general have all been acknowledged. The members of the legal fraternity, you have all been acknowledged. Staff of NJSS, that's the National Judicial Services, and the natural services, you have also been acknowledged with some other important players in the law and order sector. I also like to extend my thank you to members of the ministers, pastors, and clergy, the fraternity, the churches, representatives who are here with us today. The name of this service is ecumenical service, which means the service cutting across church lines. It doesn't belong to one church, and for the same reason, we go from church to church. I've tried to host legally a service in the last when I've been here with Foursquare, which my cousin, Pastor Herrera, who just said benediction, has been a pastor for the last how many years, maybe as long as I've been in Kimbe. But I've not been able to secure time and place. I don't know, maybe you can tell me later why he has not hosted a legal year service. The reason I'm saying this is simply this, that firstly, all the lawyers and magistrates and staff and members and the CS, the police, we all come from different religious backgrounds. Sorry, same religion, Christianity, but from different sects. So we try to play it fair by everybody. It would seem that only three groups, the United Church, the Catholic Church, and SDA, have been able to host legal services more than one occasion. We've been to Lutheran, and I think, Reverend, let me get your name right. Reverend Makele. You know, I was wondering whether you are namesake to my uncle Makele, but I find that you're from another part of Western Britain, Gloucester. I think Gloucester is really far from Karapi, where my uncle Makele was from. But thank you. You have hosted the legal year service once. Anglican has not. Foursquare has not. CRC has not lodged. Many other church organizations, we try to encourage you, if you can put your hands up, to host a legal year service in the future. Let me, having acknowledged those of us who are present, and also the police, PPC and Acting Commander, Lakimata, thank you for your men and women who have also attended in a traditional, in a customary way to open the legal year. Thank you for your attendance. Unfortunately, part of the program has to be scrapped because of the rain, but hopefully you can have another better legal year opening and procession come 2023. Let me just on that note, while I acknowledge the presence of the police and CS, that the tremendous, and as part of something that I should have said earlier, at the parade, tremendous pressure that has been put on the manpower, resources of the police and the CS, where more people are arrested or more people are sent or kept in custody, either as prisoners or detainees. Acknowledging the lack of resources, that should not continue to be an excuse. Because, and I commend you and your men to continue to serve the public, to uphold the rule of the law, to uphold the Constitution with fairness, without fear or favor. Unfortunately, a lot has crept into the way and the police work and the way the system of justice is carried out. And unfortunately, it has found its way. A lot of bad things has found it their way through little things, little actions, little omissions that are taken by the police. You know, for example, someone who gives you a betel nut or a smoke, I think you should suspect that he has something up his sleeve. Don't take it. But unfortunately, I think that's been the trend. It's corruption in a small way, but that's how corruption is built. It's built from beginnings. You don't start corruption up there, you start with little things. And when you succeed with little things, you go bigger. So thank you for the parade. Thank you for standing up when it's raining. Thank you for honoring the occasion today with the guard of honor. The legal year service, the purpose, and let me just say, is by way of a guideline, is not a day for speeches. The legal year service, I think for the formal part, I ended with a benediction. So I'm going to talk. I will be inviting the governor to also say something, some acknowledgement, and maybe a member of the legal fraternity has also been listed to say something in response to what I'm going to say. We have a member of the legal fraternity to respond, bearing in mind that it's not speech time. It should basically and principally be for acknowledgements. The main purpose, the main aim of the legal year service is for those of us involved in the law and order sector, the main players, the judges, the magistrates, the lawyers, the police and CS, all our staff. It's a time for reckoning, for us to come and acknowledge, with the help of our clergy, the greatness of God, His goodness to our various functions and responsibilities, our roles, our actions, our conduct, past, present, in the future. We should really be reflecting and looking back, looking at what is, how it is here today and what it should be in the future. If we have made mistakes, let's make amends. If we have done better, let's continue to do better. And I think for the judges and the magistrate, the challenge has always been, and for the police as well, number of cases coming up to the court. We did the best we can, and I think we're going to continue to do the best we can and maybe better. There may be other ways of doing things to achieve more results. But the challenge for the judges has always been to chase the list. Never before was that kind of more organized than it is now. So that in one year, a judge may be expected to at least complete 150 cases, particularly those in custody, from those facing various charges. That is a very, very big task, but I think it's achievable, as some of us or some of our colleagues have shown. That 150 target is not beyond what we can do. But with God ever present in what we do, nothing is impossible. So let us remind ourselves, and the police, and the CS, that we want to bring back people, get people back to the community. The biggest challenge is for that person to come back to the community, a well-informed person. That's the biggest challenge for us. So when we judges and magistrates send someone to jail, it's not just to make him suffer. It's more to rehabilitate him so that he comes back as a useful member of the society that we all hope for him to be again. We will continue to pray for those people that go astray or break the law. But that's what it is. The message is come. The challenge is for us is to live godly lives. And when we do, there is really nothing impossible. So, time for us, and thank you, clergy, for urging us along. Thank you for understanding us, and thank you for the prayers that has been offered to the judges, the lawyers, magistrates, to the police, yes, and to all our staff. We thank you for that. I just want to include today is my short remarks Uh, that just looking back, this week, 10 years ago, was the turning event on my life in particular, and for the reason I'm in Kimbe. I lost a child, as you all know, in the Yoruba twin disaster. Was on the, and this week was a special date, 2/2 and 2/2, 2nd of February 2022, this year. 10 years ago, I lost Philip. So my transfer to Kimbe was not designed, it was not intended. It was on that basis, and I think it was just looking back back at God's goodness, because I was also, I had from 2001, my good wife, who was then had a condition that affected limbs, particularly the legs and the hand, so that she was not able to effectively move around, and then eventually was on that chair. That condition, Guillain-Barré, was quite serious. But I'll tell you how seriously I took my oath to serve the people of Papua New Guinea. I am the most transferred, and I can at least boast about that, judge in the country, having served in 4 places. Waigani, I started off. Goroka was the next, where I spent 9 years. And then Medeng. And then from Medeng it was brief because there was some situation in Ley, and they wanted a senior judge to come to Ley. So I was kind of directed to come to Ley. And that is where my Kimbe transfer came. When I was in Ley, Philip was traveling from here to Ley to collect some of his personal items when he didn't make it better. So it was on that basis that my wife, with her condition, decided not to return to Ley, and Chief Justice decided that I should come back to Kimbe on that basis. And it was, while I was here, I told that I lost my good wife in 2015. It's been difficult. The challenge has been very difficult for me. But I thank God. I thank God that it's been, and I believe that He's been with me all throughout, so that I'm able. So I am here. I came here in 2012, and I'm hoping that this is where I will exit from here to my village. But unfortunately, God has other plans, so that I will, again, this is my last legal year service, at least in hosting Kimbe. And Justice Numapo, I will leave my brother Justice Numapo here. He will be the judge administrator, as maybe formally announced later, but and hopefully we can have another judge, and maybe two more judges. I think it's a good thing for me to be in Waigani, so that we'll try and put some kind of bit of nudge for more judges to be appointed to Kimbe. My going to Kimbe, back to Waigani, is more like, is a must. It's a must for me to go there, because the Chief Justice has said so, and other judges have also said I should really be in Waigani. I am the next, I'm the 14th line, but more importantly, I had a lot of committees. I'm chairman of a number of committees. Two important ones are the looking after all the buildings, assets, and facilities around the country, and I try to do that from Kimbe, but I think they don't like that. The other important charges, and it's a government procurement committee, NPC, the National Procurement Services, which is the changeover from CSTD, and I am the chairman of that group, of that authority for the National Judicial Staff Services. So I'm accepting that responsibility that yes, really, I should be in Waigani. And while I'm in Waigani, I'll be confined more to the Supreme Court matters. One or two times I see on the calendar that I'll be coming back here to Kimbe, to sit here in Kimbe in the National Court, and I look forward to those breaks that I'm here. But hopefully, and with the governor here, we can build, and I'm also hoping that I'll stay until we open Biala Courthouse. That will not happen. I have to take my leave from Kimbe and go back to Waigani, but I will definitely be here to join the two of you, the governor, member, and Justice Numapo. I will definitely be here to join the three of you and our good magistrates and staff in delivering Biala Courthouse for the people. I hear it's nearly completed. I'll be visiting next week, so we'll know when we can set a date to open that place. I want just outline a brief reason why I'm leaving, and I'm happy to go. I'm happy to go back, and I say also here that will be my last. It will be my last posting. It will be my last posting to Mosby, to Waigani, and what do I do after that? I want to go fishing. I want to go fishing after that. So I want to do a bit of farming work as well. So I think those of you who are there, you can tell me. I think there's still a lot of life after the fence. I think there's a lot of life after the fence, so I want to do that. I want to do a bit of oil palm farming, maybe coconut, cacao, but definitely a lot of fishing. I'm preparing myself all for that. So I say here, in public, that it's going to be my last term. I'm going to serve my last term as a judge and go back to the village after this. So you might not be hearing me again here. But I must say this. Ahead of time. My brother Justice Numapo. I want to host the last. Legally opening that will, kind of be my farewell, hosted in my village. In my village, if not at Malalia, in one of those places. I want to, maybe by that time, the road will be good. The road will be sealed all the way, and we are going to look forward to doing that last. And we'll let you know when I'm going to finish, maybe 5 years' time or something. Still a long way down the road, but I'm already registering an interest. So, guys, you plan can die quick. We still got some more singing to do. I want to commend all of you. The message has come. Let's be godly in whatever we do. We cannot say more or add anything else to what we have heard. The message is loud and clear. The message is very, very brief, to the point. And when Reverend Leslie Watabar, and after a while he finished. Just like that, I was trying to time him. I think it took about 10 minutes or 5 minutes or. I remember a preacher who said, I'm kissed about something. And it kind of shook us. This was in church when he took the pulpit, and I said, I'm going to kiss. And he then explained, keep it short and simple. I think the preaching today was short and simple. Thank you, Reverend Watabar, for the challenges, the encouragement for us to be God likely in all things that we do. To the churches, fraternity, the clergy, all of you, the greater challenges also, I think we pray about it as well, is we're doing our part on the physical front to correct our youths, our men, women who are getting into trouble with the law. But you're also upholding us in your prayers, and also a lot of activities that should be done physically in working with the prayers to correct, to help us rehabilitate those that offend against society. So I just want to leave with you this, that in your line of work, there is no such thing as going to heaven through a church. There is no such thing. To God, a church does not really matter. What matters is its individual person and soul. And that's what you're all trying to do. And the importance of what I'm saying is that you must all work together. You must all work together. You must not create, or you must not perpetrate divisions amongst the various church groups, because that's not godly. That's human efforts, trying to please one part of the society than the other. What we should really be striving for and working together for is to bring all to Christ. And in a church service like this, we should all be encouraged because of the various backgrounds. We should be encouraged when church clergy are all working together. So with that, I thank the Kimbe United Church for hosting today's service. Next year's service, one of your other churches, please, our organizers, try and avoid Catholic Church and United Church for a while. They've been hosting too many, and I think SDA also. We go to other places, and it's Foursquare there. Last time we tried to go there, and my cousin says the place is too small for us. Do we have a big place now? We should create a big place. Pastor Rere hosted one of the Governor Generals, Sir Paulius Matane. He hosted Sir Paulius Matane up at Goroka at his church in a legally opening, and we had Paulius Matane that came around as our host speaker. So thank you, my brother. Make sure that you, if they can come see you, you invite them to come to your church next year or something, maybe 2 years time. But with that, I want to thank all of you, other members of the churches who are here. Thank you all for supporting us and making this church service wonderful. With that, I think the only last thing for me to say now is that wish you all success in whatever you do, and may God bless you all.
Thank you, Justice Batari.